Well, next tonight, the former post office workers caught up in the Horizon scandal who say justice still seems some way off.
Yeah, MPs have given their verdict on the scandal, with a report finding the post office is not fit to run any compensation scheme.
The Business and Trade Committee also said it was a disgrace that so little had been paid. It comes after hundreds of former postal workers were wrongly prosecuted due to faulty software. Anna Joseph reports.
How do you feel when you walk past and see this place now?
Brings back horrible memories and just basically relive the trauma. Terrible.
Like hundreds of others, Mark's dream of running a village post office turned into a nightmare. He ended up having to pay tens of thousands of pounds of his own money to cover losses caused by the post office's faulty Horizon computer system. As well as losing his livelihood and life savings, he says the stress also led to the end of his marriage.
Well, the fallout for me was my marriage broke down, ended up in a divorce. I became very, very depressed. I think that the closure comes from actually getting the situation rectified. This has just been going on for people worse off than me, much worse off from me, for years and years and years, and it's just an ongoing torture.
MPs are now calling for the post office to be removed from the compensation process and replaced by a new independent body. Mark's hopeful their recommendations will help deliver faster and fairer payments to the hundreds of victims.
The recommendations have been, in my mind, excellent. It's basically frustrating as well, because it's what basically everybody's been asking for many a year. The recommendations in particular that the post office themselves be removed from the compensation scheme, I think is an excellent one, because it's been proven to date that the dissatisfaction and the outturn of people who are claiming has been very well below par.
It's time to call time on the circus at the top of the post office, take them out of the compensation schemes for victims of the Horizon scandal, and actually set up a process that is independent, fast and fair. Crucially, we now need legally binding timetables for getting the cheques in the post to the victims who have frankly waited much, much too long.
Victims like Joanne Cropper, a former post office clerk from Bolton. Joanne, who's now battling cancer, was wrongly convicted of stealing almost £4,000. She's not convinced the report's recommendations will actually make a difference.
Do I believe it? Only when it happens. And until then, no. It's like us having our conviction squashed, all of us. Do I believe that one? Yeah, when it happens.
For many of those wronged by this scandal, justice still seems a long way off. Anna Joseph, ITV News.
In other news today, and a teenager serving life in prison, an appeal against his